So guys, I decided to make myself some nice dinner. I went to my kitchen garden. I have a small kitchen garden, and this small kitchen garden I've been like planting and replanting after every 3 months. So this is basically the last harvest I was doing before I uproot everything and redo everything again, all over again. And today I was just trying to pick some of the vegetable there to go and prepare it well. So I decided to do kales, even though I decided to uproot all the vegetable there after this video. But here I was just trying to pluck some few kales, that's sukuma wiki. Then I went and did some few rosemary. By the way, I'm not going to uproot the rosemary and lemongrass and mint. I have that in the what's this, and pepper. I have all those in the kitchen garden. But here I was just picking the rosemary, some rosemary, because that's what I used to prepare my my chicken. I was going to do chicken, broiler chicken, and kales. So I took some rosemary leaves and went to use them to cook. Yeah, so here I was just washing my small kitchen basin, preparing myself to go and get the chicken from the freezer. And then I went to the freezer and decided to pick one of the chicken that I had frozen there for a while. So normally I do bulk shopping and freeze what I can freeze in order to save me on a rainy day. So here I picked the chicken that I had frozen, and this is what I was gonna make for our dinner. And of course I decided to, I waited for it to thaw fast before I put it on fire, or rather, what do I say? I put it to cook. Yeah, not on fire, like basically like on fire nature. No, I put it to cook. So here I was washing the chicken, trying to rinse off the little ice here and there, of course after it had thawed already. And then I decided to put some rosemary in it because I wanted the rosemary to cook. I wanted the chicken to cook with the rosemary inside it to give it that kind of flavor and aroma that you need when you having this kind of meal. So there I was putting my chicken inside my sufuria, my cooking pot. So I was washing the chicken, put it in there, and then started to put the rosemary leaves inside the cooking pot as well. And then of course, there I was washing the rosemary. I was washing the rosemary just to like wash off all the dirt that it had picked from the garden. And then after doing that, I put it in the cooking pot in order for it to cook with the chicken. As you can see, it's a broiler chicken. You can even see it from there. It's broiler chicken. And broiler chicken can really be plain if you don't you don't do something about it. It can really be plain and not so good. Like it doesn't have like that real taste of chicken like the road runners. So here I was adding some little water to the chicken, and then I of course lit the fire. And as my chicken started cooking, I decided to put in some ginger, and then I put in some garlic, and then I also put in some cubes, of course Royco cubes or something. So here I put in the ginger. That's the ginger. I normally buy my ginger from the supermarket, by the way. And I also do not freeze it, but I just put it inside the fridge. And it always gives my food a really good taste. Trust you me if you do that. Beef, chicken, fish, and even vegetable, by the way. I've tried it on cabbages. Ooh, it's yummy. And then I was putting the garlic there. And then, what did I say was yummy in the cabbage? Actually, I meant garlic is yummy in cabbage, not ginger. Garlic is yummy in cabbage. I meant to say garlic. But here I was putting the ginger and the garlic. And then I also put the cubes, which is very important when you want to like give some flavor to your chicken. Oh, not only chicken, to any kind of food that you may want to cook. So there I was putting my cubes in there. I put 2 cubes. I wanted it to boil with everything inside there. So there it was, boiling with everything inside there, the rosemary, the ginger, the garlic, the Maggi cubes. It was nice. It was nice just to see it boil there. You can see, yeah. And then I put some salt, of course, just some little salt to taste. Not a lot of it. I don't take a lot of salt, just a little bit of it. I put some salt into the food. And then after all this, I decided to just stir a little bit, not like stirring and stirring, but just to ensure that everything is in there and dissolved already. And then I decided to cover my cooking pot and wait for it to like cook in there. And so after that, I decided to, what else did I do after this? Of course, I'm storing everything where it belongs. And then after that, I went to, let me see what I did next. What did I do next? Just the normal throwing things in the bin. Then what else did I do? Let's see what I did next. Of course, I can see I washed my hands. And then, so what next after washing my hands? I'm trying to remember what I did after this. Let me see. Ooh, aha! You see that? My small kitchen basin. It's very nice. And then after that, yeah. Oh, I want to chop my vegetable. That's me chopping my vegetable, the kales that I had picked from the garden. I decided to chop, but I did not mix the kales with any other thing. I just did the kales on their own. But actually, I plucked a lot of vegetable from the garden. I plucked kales, or rather, let me say harvested kales, pumpkin leaves, which is liseveve, and I harvested Miranda. I'm not sure. I harvested Miranda. Then I also harvested managu. So this is me chopping my vegetable. I don't know how to chop it without a chopping board. I know some people always chop it without the chopping board and everything. I am not an expert yet, so I have to use the chopping board, whether or not I like it. So here I was chopping them, and then that was it. I had chopped enough for our dinner. And then from there on, I decided to... What did I do next? Let's see. What did I do next? That is just normal. Just look what I'm doing. What do I say when it comes to this? Anyway, there I was checking my chicken. You see, it had cooked so well. You see, the rosemary had given the chicken all the flavor that it required. And then... So now I wanted to deep fry my chicken. By the way, I normally like my broiler chicken deep fried. Ooh. So there I was deep frying my chicken. I like it deep fried until it's around golden brown. I love it when it's golden brown and when it's a little bit crunchy, not so soggy, but just a little bit crunchy and golden brown. So what I do is I normally deep fry first, then either do wet fry or eat it fry as it is. Dry. And then so today I was gonna do it dry fry. I didn't want to have it wet fry because I don't even like it when it's wet fry anyway. So I was hoping to, or rather I was planning to have it dry fry with ugali and vegetable, that is kales. And we all, by now you should know which ugali I'm gonna cook. By now you should know. And don't ask me how you should know, but you should be knowing by now. You can see it. You can see the kind of ugali I'm going to cook. So there I was removing my golden brown chicken from my, or rather, it's supposed to be a frying pan, but I normally use my sufuria. Yes, it equally does the same thing. And but I'm going to get a frying pan soon. So for now, I use my sufuria and I've used it for a while, for years. Let me say for years. For a while could be 3 or 4 days. I've used this for years. I've done this for years. This has been like my frying pan and it has always served me well. It does so well, by the way. And you can see as I was putting the chicken into the hot oil, I was a little bit afraid because the oil was, splattering everywhere, everywhere. And this oil can give you serious bruises if you are not careful. So there I was with the second batch of the chicken, and then I decided to go and chop some onions. I'm chopping the onions. These onions, I'm going to use them to cook and to make a paste, to cook the vegetable, I mean the sukuma wiki, and then to make a paste as well, because I'm going to make a paste. And here I was picking tomatoes because I'm going to use these tomatoes. I'm thinking about potatoes. Anyway, I'm going to use the tomatoes to make the paste that I'm telling you. I was here grating the tomatoes. I like grating tomatoes instead of chopping it. And because it helps. I've dealt with children for a long time, and I realized children like tomatoes that are not chopped but are grated. So anyway, here I was lighting my meko. I wanted to put water. This is water for cooking ugali. My friend, I hope you know by now which ugali I'm gonna cook, as in which brand of flour I'm gonna use. By now you should know that. So that is me trying to measure. I have to measure so that I know the amount that you're going to have enough of it. When you're cooking ugali using raha, you have to put extra because it is yummy. That ugali makes really, really nice. That flour makes really nice ugali, by the way. Anytime I'm doing my ugali with raha or kabagara, or Joy Max, I have to do extra because that ugali, I know I eat that ugali with my meals. Anyway, you've just seen me put some little flour in the water. That is just to reduce the boiling points, to make it boil faster. There I am putting the onions in my cooking pot, my sufuria. I want to cook the onions until they are a bit golden brown before I put the tomatoes. And then here I am putting a little bit of salt. And here I was cooking the kales, not even the paste. Yeah, here I'm cooking the kales. As my ugali, my water for ugali is boiling on the other end, or is heating on the other end. So here I am with my kales in my branded kitchen basin. That can already tell you what maize flour I'm going to use in my ugali. So here I am trying to, be the good chef that I am, Yeah, I'm not a trained chef. I'm not a perfect chef. I try here and there, but trust you me, my meals are always yummy. They come in handy when you're hungry, even when you're not hungry. So here I am trying to make a nice meal for my family, and everyone was eager waiting for me to finish cooking so that they can have a taste of whatever I'm here trying to make. So, and I hope you're going to like the results as well. But anyway, it was really, really yummy, trust you me. So I was there doing the kales and making sure they are well salted. And there I was putting some Maggi cubes. I like it when I use only onions in my vegetable. So most of the time I don't use tomatoes, but sometimes when I feel like I need a vegetable that has tomatoes, I do it. I do it occasionally though, and it depends with my mood. So here I did not put any. I wasn't feeling like having any tomatoes in my vegetables, so it was only onions and the kales. So here I am finishing up doing my kales. See how green they are, straight from my kitchen garden. And then my ugali water had, reached the boiling point. And here I was, see, there I am ready to start it, doing that thing that we do best, cooking ugali. And not only cooking ugali, but cooking ugali with raha tupu, kavagara, raha tupu. There I am, you start by, just the small, then you go, it becomes, thicker as you go on. It becomes thick.